All right, 3.5 minutes to the opening of the market. We've got some green right there. Dow's going to be up about 100 points, and Keith Fitz joins us this morning. Okay, has inflation peaked? I ask because there's a very good story in the Wall Street Journal this morning suggesting that inflation has peaked. What say you, Keith?
I tell you what, I saw that story, and it is a very good story. I don't know that I buy the argument, but it is certainly very well constructed. It makes you think, and it would sure be nice to see happen.
If inflation is peaking and becoming something a little more under control, does the market rally regardless of the Fed?
You know, I think the market is going to rally regardless of the Fed, and even if inflation potentially hasn't peaked, even if it just levels off, because remember our history, right? The markets tend to run before the headlines reflect what's happening. And so you've got great companies out there still putting up great numbers. I think the markets are beginning to understand that. They certainly understand at this point that Powell is not Volcker, and that gives them an excuse to get on the gas.
Which stocks are most likely to rally before the end of the year?
Well, I got to tell you, my favorite right now, bar none, is a stock you and I have talked about a long time. Both of us own it, Microsoft. You know, that stock has been beaten to smithereens. Everybody's given up on it. They've thrown it out with the bathwater. And that's a stock that's a great example. It's becoming more sticky. Its revenue's growing by 20%. Cloud use is up 40%. It's partnering with companies like Oracle. It's moving forward. I think it's $300 by the end of the year if the Fed stays on it and the rally continues.
Susan is sitting next to me and is laughing because we so often mention Microsoft, and I constantly mention Microsoft.
Always.
So,
yeah, small sliver that he has.
So, all right, Susan, you don't think it's going to hit $300 a share?
I think it might, especially if they close that Activision Blizzard deal. And you called it. I think you called it before that it was it hit its bottom a few months ago, which I was impressed by. But so I think it was wasn't it almost sub 200 when Stu says I think it's hit bottom, and here we are.
I think so. You hear that? Susan's being nice to me about Microsoft, Keith. What do you say to that?
Well, I think it's great because, you know, you and I talked about that bottoming, and we talked very distinctly about it. The stock market is a funny thing. It's the only store in the world where people run the other direction when stuff gets put on sale. I personally, it's tough. You got to learn to run into the fight, and that's what we've done.
Last time you were with us, and that was just a few days ago, you said you would not touch Meta with a 10-foot pole. You still feel that way?
Absolutely, only now it's a 20-foot pole. I think that company has really got some serious challenges. Competitors are coming hard. Apple has stuck it to them to the tune of billions of dollars. And I don't think Zuckerberg has the moxie to recover. The markets, Wall Street, is going to defend that stock like crazy. They're going to try to push it higher, but it's not an investment I'm going to get anywhere near.
You know, you have no confidence in the Meta universe?
No, I don't. The universe itself, as it's used by companies like BMW, is going to be fabulous because they're recreating factories and procedures and process. But this idea of metaverse as an amusement, I think people are going to want to get out and live life. So metaverse is an entertainment, I don't see it.
All right, Keith, just hold that.
Hi, it's Keith here. Thanks for checking out today's highlight clip. What'd you think? Did I make sense? Is there something you'd like to add? Make sure you leave a comment down below, and of course, click subscribe to keep up right here on YouTube, or sign up for the email newsletter at the link below. You can also find me on Twitter and Instagram for my real-time thoughts on markets, analysis, and a whole lot more.